I do a lot of videos on trees and tree care, but I also like to do videos on woodworking. That's a hobby, but I think that most woodworkers, as well as people that like trees, have a lot in common. So one of the things I want to talk about is wood and how wood moves, both in the trees, but also in furniture, and in this case, a door. Now note in this piece of construction that you've got rails and stiles. Those are the boards that go up and down. But in between you have little panels. And these panels are not nailed or glued in. They're actually floating within grooves inside the construction of the door. As is all furniture that is built to last, you want a piece of construction that expands and contracts with wood movement. Now I got away for a couple of days this weekend and I saw something that I want to share. I went up to Mendocino and come on over to Mendocino. Let's take a look at what I found. Okay, this is actually a good woodworking video. I'm staying up in Mendocino, and what I want to talk a little bit about is wood and how it's fastened. This is interesting because this is a fairly new reconstruction. You can see the wood is almost brand new. It's only a couple years old. But the way that this wood for the siding was installed was the nails were pegged all the way along. And that creates a lot of problems. As wood expands and contracts, if you pin it at the edges, then it'll expand and break itself apart. As you can see, it has moved, oh gosh, at least, I'd say almost a full half an inch. And it's all over the place. If you look everywhere, the wood is actually breaking itself apart because the contractor didn't really recognize that you don't fasten solid boards down all the way along the edges. Years ago, they used to do a process called board and batten, where they'd lay all the flat boards up to each other, and they'd lay a thin batten down, but they would only pin it one nail in the middle. And these boards wouldn't be nailed here and here. They might be nailed here and here, because that would be minimal expansion and contraction. And the batten would have a single nail in the middle between the two. You wouldn't want to tag either one of these, but the batten would just have a single nail, and that would allow for this board to expand and contract. The small nail that's in the center of this board would keep that batten intact as well. So modern techniques for construction have really lost their knowledge of how wood actually behaves. You can see the material up underneath, but this is all just beating itself to pieces. And this is only a couple of years old. So imagine what's going to happen in, let's say, 10 years' time. All the money that they've put into this new construction is going to go downhill quickly.